In this episode of The Brash and the Brazen, we're talking about a massive return. We're talking about championship implications. We got massive backstage rumors, news, and details coming out of the WWE after Saturday night's main event as we roll in to the final week of May. Will there be a lot of dismay? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bring it up all right now. Remember, it's so important, it's so crucial to become a channel member today or send a super thanks donation below in the comment section of this very video. Like and interact. Now, let's get right into it. We're going to intersect you. Again, tonight we got a huge, massive, what a week of wrestling. It started with Raw, NXT, SmackDown, then you had a TNA pay-per-view, then you had WWE Saturday night's main event, then you had AEW Dynamite and AEW Collision, and then tonight we got an AEW pay-per-view. We also got WWE Battleground. You want to talk about the week in wrestling that is and that ultimately was at the end of the day. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. This is earth-shattering. We got Anarchy in the Arena tonight for AEW. Then we got WWE Battleground. Now, here's the thing. Which are you going to choose? Who are you going to go for? Who are you going to watch ultimately? Are you going to watch WWE Battleground or are you going to watch the AEW pay-per-view tonight? The Anarchy in the Arena. What is it? Double or nothing, I think, tonight, guys, from AEW, right? So, there is definitely a lot to get anticipated about. There's a lot to talk about. WWE, you want to talk about the forbidden door being opened. You want to talk about a world of opportunity. You want to talk about chances. You want to talk about choices. Well, listen to this one. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, remember to like and comment. WWE has their own forbidden door show now. WWE Worlds Collide will take place on June the 7th at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, California. So far, there has been 2 matches that are announced for the show, and now in an all-new backstage update, the source being Fightful Select, the PW Insider report about TNA sending wrestlers to WWE Worlds Collide event is indeed accurate. Oh, it is very accurate. There we go. The show is expected to feature talent from WWE, NXT, TNA, and AAA. Wow. You want to talk about a force to be reckoned with in a crossover event format. Sources described this as a Forbidden Door style event similar to cross-promotional concepts seen in recent years with AEW and NJPW. Of course, what everybody wants to see, what a lot of people are hoping and wishing and praying for, is that WWE and AEW can get on the same page at the same damn time and be able to blur the lines, so to speak. Will we see WWE stars versus AEW superstars? Is that finally going to happen? Because if you look at all the wrestling promotions right now, today, current day, current era, in one way or another, they have all worked together except WWE and AEW, okay? And one format or another, whether it was a wrestling capacity, whether it was promotional capacity, whether it was just making a one-night appearance, we have yet to see the WWE and AEW. Now, again, do you think that would be a match made in heaven or would it be in hell? Roman Reigns achieves a massive milestone on his 40th birthday. Roman Reigns is now officially 40 years old. And a big happy birthday to the Roman Empire, the OTC, the former WWE champion, Roman Reigns. I remember when he was a youngster coming into the WWE, I remember developmental, I remember NXT, I remember the suffering succotash, Roman Reigns. We all remember those memorable lines as Roman Reigns was trying to find himself in the WWE once the Shield split up. And I don't think a lot of people would have ever envisioned Roman Reigns making it as big and as successful as he did. But he indeed did do just that. He silenced the haters and the critics. He shut up the naysayers, and Roman Reigns became one of the most elite WWE superstars in the history of the company. So congratulations to Roman Reigns on that. But we got other backstage rumors and news going out as Obafemi confirms rumors about Stephanie McCurry's dating life. what is going on there? What's up with that? But, ladies and gentlemen, with today being Roman Reigns' 40th birthday, he has become the 7th WWE affiliated name to have reached 10 million followers on Instagram. Below is the most followed WWE affiliated personalities on Instagram. The Rock comes in at number 1 with 393 million followers. Logan Paul at 27 million followers. John Cena at 21 million followers. Rowdy Ronda Rousey, 17 million followers. And speaking about Rowdy Ronda Rousey, there's been a lot of rumors and speculation about the return of Rowdy Ronda Rousey to the WWE. Do you want to see her wrestle and compete? Do you want to see Ronda Rousey return in a WWE ring once again? Your thoughts and feelings on that. The Great Khali surprisingly comes in at 11.6 million followers at number 5. Nikki Bella comes in at 10.4 million subscribers or followers. And coming in at number 7, Roman Reigns with 10 million followers. Also, backstage reaction. Oh, this ought to be a good report. This better be. The backstage WWE reaction to Jesse the Body Ventura's steel cage match rant. On Saturday night's main event, Damian Priest defeated Drew McIntyre in their steel cage match. The Priest hit McIntyre with the concerto and walked out of the cage to win. Jesse Ventura expressed his displeasure, his frustration with the finish on commentary. He said that Damian could have at least escaped the cage by climbing the top. He just walked out the door. How exciting. Jesse also said that why didn't he call up the limo driver and have him drive up and open the cage door too? Fightful Select reports the following about Jesse's comments. Jesse Ventura was supposed to lay out during Lillian Garcia's intro. There were lots of laughs over the cage rant. Again, Jesse the Body Ventura is old school. He's classic. He's vintage. He's real. Jesse the Body is authentic. Jesse the Body Ventura ain't going to be told what to do and how to do it. And it would appear as if the backstage reaction to the Jesse the Body Ventura's rant. And again, yeah, Damian Priest being a good guy, probably should have climbed the top of the cage. I mean, in Jesse the Body Ventura's era, it was just that. It was climbing the cage and escaping the cage, not through the door, but by the means that is necessary of climbing and scaling the steel cage. Your thoughts, your comments, and your feelings on that. And for those of you that didn't see, that didn't catch, that didn't watch my last video, again, I want everybody's opinions because I know YouTube only sends out certain notifications to certain subscribers. I don't know why, but I don't run the system. But what did you think about last night's Saturday night's main event? What was your feelings, your thoughts? What was your overall vibes on last night's Saturday night's main event? Some would say it was marred by too many ads, too much commercial time. Some say Saturday night's main event would have gelled a lot better had it just been just that. Turn it into a pay-per-view. No commercials, no ads, no interruptions. And then Saturday night main event would have been a one hell of a lot better. That was the sentiments echoed by many people last night. Just too many interruptions. But again, I still want your thoughts, your comments, your feelings on NBC or Peacock's Saturday night's main event. And Jey Uso was indeed in the main event of Saturday night's main event with the World Championship on the line. It is now confirmed. It was rumor, it was speculative, but now it's confirmed. Chelsea Green has a broken nose. Oh, wait a minute. You want to talk about returns? A massive return is expected for the Raw brand on Netflix tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, according to Fightful Select, WWE sources have confirmed the following. That a massive champion will be coming back to the WWE. A WWE star will be reinserted into storylines very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear as if, one, Liv Morgan will be reinserted into storylines. One source said that she might return as early as tomorrow's episode of Raw. Morgan is one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, in case you forgot, and has been absent from TV while filming Bad Lieutenant Tokyo. The film stars Lily James and wrapped up its recent shooting in Japan. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got more breaking news coming out about Monday Night Raw as we soar here. We will see Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins in a men's Money in the Bank qualifying match. Chad Gable versus Dragon Lee versus Penta in a men's Money in the Bank qualifying match. And The New Day versus the War Raiders versus the Creed Brothers in a triple threat match for the World Tag Team Championships. Akira Tozawa versus Rusev. Your thoughts, your comments, and your feelings on the Raw match card for tomorrow night. Will Raw be a snore, a bore, or will it be electrifying? Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, the plans have been unraveled and unveiled for Seth Rollins on Raw after his Saturday Night Main Event victory. As I just said, the plan is that Seth Rollins will be a major part of Money in the Bank. If ECW icon, if ECW legend, the Sandman, has a problem with me, then do something about it, you pussy. That is what Kurt Angle had to say on the Sandman. The reason behind a massive meeting taking place in the WWE, an emergency meeting of all talent must show up and show through. A huge meeting manifested itself in the WWE company yesterday. As reported by PW Insider, the meeting was organized to provide updated information on treatments. WWE wanted talent to better understand the science behind these options and how they may relate to injury recovery. WWE's goal in the meeting was to help wrestlers make informed health decisions and not push them in any direction. Fans chanted, "You suck." Now, usually that chant is directed towards Kurt Angle out of respect, or Chad Gable out of disrespect. But fans actually chanted, "You suck" at Governor Ron DeSantis on WWE Saturday Night's Main Event last night. Your thoughts, your feeling, and your feedback on that. WWE is, or at this point, as we're saying this report now, was heavily interested in signing an AEW star, an AEW wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, and I want your thoughts and your feelings on how this would have went ultimately. The WWE was interested in signing Willow Nightingale. Willow would have come to the WWE from AEW, but we all saw how that ultimately turned out. Now we saw the Native American Tatanka in the crowd, in the audience, on Saturday Night's Main Event last night. But again, we go above and beyond the Call of Duty here. We ain't just going to tell you what you already know. We're going to give you more details. We're going to give you many changes, any updates. Tatanka's sons, the sons of Tatanka, are now on the WWE's radar. Now, that would be one hell of a thing, I'll tell you what, because what a competitor, what a wrestler Tatanka was. After 4 years away, again, I told you this was going to be the returning episode. This was going to be the return of returns. This was going to be the episode we talked about monumental returns in professional wrestling today. Because now, according to those sources, according to those in the know, with the flow of the show, 4 years away, Lince Dorado is returning to WWE TV after 4 years. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Lince Dorado. Your thoughts, your feelings, and your comments on the return of him. And no, I'm not talking about him as in him, the SmackDown superstar. And if you know who him is, well, then you might want to do your research. Now, remember last night, the cosplay R-Truth performed as John Cena versus the real John Cena. Would the real John Cena please stand up? Well, what about this one, guys? Again, here on Seanzviewent, not only do we say it and talk about it, but we also show it. There it is, guys. R-Truth and John Cena. Now, what's that caption say? When you both pick the same character on a fighting game. And there's what you get. You get John Cena versus R-Truth. That was a good meme right there. Very good meme. All right, guys, we do all news in real time as the episode is happening, as it's going down. So just bear with me. We're seeing if anything else came through. Tessa Blanchard unable to compete at TNA tapings after suffering an injury at Under Siege. What is your thoughts, Under Siege? What are your thoughts, your feelings, what are your emotions on Tessa Blanchard? Now, the return of Bronson Reed has shaken the entire WWE landscape. The WWE may never be the same again because now it's going to be absolute destruction with Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed's surprise return to Saturday night's main event last night on Saturday night was actually a late addition to WWE plans. So this wasn't something that was talked about. This isn't something that was manifested. This isn't something that was strategized. This wasn't in the plan for several weeks or several months. So it was a last-minute choice, a last-minute addition to last night. And what did you think about the return of Bronson Reed? Are you a fan of Bronson Reed? He took out CM Punk, and now there's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of speculation that Bronson Reed could be going out of the WWE for CM Punk could be on the sabbatical, could be benched due to the attack by Bronson Reed. We got breaking news on Linda McMahon and Kane. Yes, Linda McMahon and Kane. But the last time these two were together, we saw Kane giving Linda McMahon a tombstone pile driver on Raw. On the stage, no less. Kane says that Linda McMahon was the real business brain behind the rise of WWE. Yeah, Linda McMahon had a lot more to do with the WWE than you think. Let me tell you that. We got breaking news. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now receiving word that Trick Williams is set to be more involved in WWE and TNA partnership. TNA star spotted at the NXT Battleground venue ahead of tonight's premium live event. A TNA star spotted. Who could that be? TNA Wrestling's Mike Santana has been spotted at the venue. What does this all mean? Former WWE Champion, the Wrestling God, JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, in my estimation, one of the greatest WWE champions in SmackDown history. JBL goes nuclear over a video insulting pro wrestling legends. WWE Hall of Famer JBL respects veterans in the business, says they have all put their bodies on the line just to entertain us fans. That's precisely why he unleashed a fury on a video that was actually mocking professional wrestling legends. A video on social media has made a lot of wrestling fans upset in a big way. It showed old wrestling stars like Dean Malenko on a scooter and Marty Jannetty having trouble walking, while Jake Roberts was having issues as well. The original poster said, "It's sad to see wrestling legends like this," which made it look like it was making fun of them. JBL then took to X. JBL took to Twitter, saw the video and responded to the same video as he went nuclear. He spoke out and defended these legends. He said that they worked hard for many years and now have injuries because of that. He believed that they should be respected and not made fun of. JBL made it clear that retired wrestlers are still proud of what they do. Many of them love meeting fans at events and still enjoy being part of the wrestling world, even if they no longer wrestle in the ring. And he ended it by dropping an F-bomb for good measure. What are your thoughts, your feelings on JBL defending wrestling legends and Hall of Famers? There's no doubt they go through the trenches. There is no doubt that they busted their behind. And now, sometimes many of them pay the price for living the life. WWE AAA Worlds Collide poster reveals major NXT stars crossover supercard. Rampage Jackson blocked ahead of TNA's Border Brawl. Eric Bischoff responds to accusations that he ripped off the NWO concept. Well, if he did rip it off, whether he did or he didn't, he made it one of the most intriguing, one of the most explosive, one of the most popular, one of the most money-making ventures of his entire life did Eric Bischoff and the NWO, wouldn't you know? The Game, Triple H. Triple H confirms a huge tag team match for the Money in the Bank featuring John Cena, Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. Former AEW star spotted backstage at TNA tapings in Ontario. So, ladies and gentlemen, get geared and get ready, get amped and willing and able. Try to get stable because you got AEW Double or Nothing. You got Battleground. Whose side are you on? Who are you going to watch? What is ultimately going to be the better pay-per-view tonight? The better PLE, the better special event? Will it be AEW Double or Nothing, or will it be WWE's Battleground? What has the stronger card? What to you seems more entertaining, more invigorating? Ladies and gentlemen, as you always know, this show is all about you. Subscribe, and subscribe often and daily, and make sure to always click that bell. And remember, to help Seanzviewent swell, become a channel member right now by using your credit card. Subscribe. Oh, wait a minute. Due to a nips, now we brought this up. Wait, now again, this is why you can't you can't shut the show off in the first 5 or 10 minutes. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I've been saying. Due to a nip slip by Mitchin on SmackDown, there's a lot of rumors, a lot of speculation that she might have been suspended or fined from the company, or some hot water, some backlash. It appears as if that nip slip, she will not be fired from the WWE. Subscribe later.